In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to set intentions using source energy. For many people, this is the missing key to them really experiencing what they want, and I'm going to share with you exactly how to do it in a new, powerful way. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you a new topic of understanding intention in a new way, because intention is a topic that, let's be honest, we all kind of know about it, but there's a new angle I'm gonna be giving with this. And what I'm gonna be sharing in this video with you is gonna help you see things from a new point of view so that when you do set intentions, these things happen easier. These things happen from more of awareness versus just kind of wishful thinking. You know, sometimes with the law of attraction, it's like, well, I really desire this, but desire many times will remain a desire unless we transfer it into an intention. I'm gonna be sharing with you in this video exactly how to set intentions in a powerful way and showing you the way that I do it in my own life. Because for me, the biggest change I've made in my life is when I learned how to set intentions in the right way. Now, intentions is almost like a focus on a certain reality that you then expect to bring into existence. So think of it like there's an infinite number of parallel realities that exist. This goes a little bit beyond that of the law of attraction, and it goes into more so understanding the metaphysics, which is that all probabilities exist. But intention is when you make a choice and when you focus your mind on a certain outcome, which is a certain parallel reality. Now, when you do that, when you say, I intend to ... whatever you intend for, you increase the probability of that thing happening. Just like they've proven when it comes to when people set and study that of an experiment, the simple observation of the experiment also changes that of the experiment outcome. In the same way, the intentions we have increase the probability of things manifesting in our life. Now think of it like this as well. You look around right now, maybe look around your room. What do you see? I could look around, I could see that of a remote control, a book that I was reading, flowers on a table, pillows. Everything that I'm looking at appears to be solid. Here is the missing key though for so many people when it comes to intention. We believe that this physical reality, everything around us is solid. Everything around us appears to be solid, and if we touch it, it feels solid, but it is simply a different rate of vibration that we are perceiving of. However, at the fundamental basis level, it is simply vibration. Now, this vibration is visible. Now, what we do in our mind is we make a distinguishing factor between things that are invisible versus visible. Now, here's the thing as well. Your thoughts are literally things. They're literally things, they're just, you don't see it. So certain thoughts we have are invisible, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist at some level. Now, whatever you focus on, the attention and where you put your attention, it's actually going to create something physically. We think of the law of attraction, like I'm attracting that from over there to into here. But really, your thoughts are going out and your thoughts are creating structures that then, through repetition and through belief, it ends up manifesting into our reality to where the vibration of it starts to take form. But you see, this is what a lot of people do with intention, is they have a certain desire for something they want to experience. They focus on it for a short period of time, and then what happens is they're not passionate about it, they completely give it up, and they don't believe that they can accomplish it. They give up. When they give up, those thoughts that were starting to create the form, that was starting to create the opportunities, that was starting to create the different life circumstances to bring that thing in, then start to dissipate. Because the trust and the faith is not there. So today, what I'm going to be explaining to you is how to set divine intention. Using and having the awareness that you are source energy. You see, the more that you believe that this reality is just fixed, is the more that you will remain limited with everything you experience, because the harder things are to manifest. Everything is very hard, everything is very heavy, and therefore it is hard to attract that from over there to into here because that thing over there is heavy. But the truth is, when it comes to this process, the more you realize that your life is a form of dream, the more dreamlike your life will become. This is a quote I've been saying a lot lately, but this is why it's true. When you have this fundamental awareness that life is a form of dream, things become much more malleable. Think about a dream. Dream is very flexible. You want it, you got it. That's how it works in understanding more of a 4D type state. See, right now on the planet, we are transitioning into higher vibrational states of consciousness. We are moving from what is called a 3D level of reality up to a 4 and 5D level of reality, fourth and fifth dimensional perspective. 3D is heavy. 3D is duality. It's good, it's bad, it's light, it's dark. It's hard to manifest things. You have to do a lot to get what you want. You have to really desire it. You have to really think about it and work hard and do a lot of physical labor for it. That is a certain paradigm. However, what we are moving into is a vibrational reality. It's already vibrational in 3D, but we're moving out of it. And actually, to be honest with you, the 3D is almost completely falling away, and we are just dreaming that the 3D is still there. But we're creating, based upon our collective beliefs, this solidity with everything. 4 and 5D level of reality is realizing that in a way, we're dreaming right now. And when you become aware of the dream, guess what? You gain more an ability to change the outcome. Just like if you're playing a video game and you're aware that it's a video game, you're able to play a little bit more loosely in it. You're able to see more flexibility because you know there's ways around different things. So when it comes to divine intention, it's the energy from which you're setting the intention from is with the awareness that these are just different waves of probability. You see, this remote right here looks very solid. And if I click on it, it makes a noise. But this is the thing. This is both a particle and a wave. Now, because it's visible to my eye spectrum, I go, wow, this is very solid. However, at a deeper level, it is still a wave and a particle at the same time. The things you want to manifest that maybe you haven't given a whole bunch of energy towards, they also exist like this. But you don't see it. It's simply invisible because it hasn't been thought enough consistently, or it hasn't been thought of with emotion and believed to already be here. So it's really about tapping into the vibration of the reality you want with the awareness that the only difference between this and your manifestation is the rate of vibration. That's what makes it different. One is visible, one is not visible, but that is just because that momentum hasn't been there yet. So when it comes to this, let's first off realize that you are an immortal spiritual being living a temporary human experience. That is who you are. You're dreaming that this is who you are. So therefore you experience this reality. However, when you go to bed at night, you wake up to higher states of consciousness. You remerge with this divine. See, this is the thing. When we are born on earth, we forget that we are divine. We forget that we are immortal spiritual beings living a temporary human experience. Now, this is the reason. Because it makes the game that much more interesting when you have to remember who you are. Yes, it makes it challenging. It is challenging to grow up and identify with the avatar, identify with the ego, and think that this is who we are. It is challenging because then we identify with beliefs of friends, family, beliefs of our parents, of what's true, what's not true, and how reality works. But the more we become aware of it, the more we grow in awareness, and then eventually we go through a spiritual awakening. Many people on the planet right now are going through a spiritual awakening. And when you become aware that you are an immortal spiritual being living a temporary human experience and that you are connected to the divine, the energy from which you start to create in your life begins to be amplified. It's the awareness, it's the energy underneath what you're doing. I wish I could give you some little technique, like think of the number 37 and then think of a symbol and bring it into your heart chakra, which those can work. Those can work. Things like that, things like symbols. Things like bringing to do meditation, that can work. However, the true power is within you. And the true power is with the awareness that this is all flexible anyways. It's all flexible. It's all waves and particles at the same time. And you are a divine being. When you understand that, it's easier to create. Now here's the key to manifesting using divine energy. It has to be related to your heart. Because whatever you are most passionate about from your heart center, that goes out and that influences everyone around you. That is something that you are meant to be doing in your life. When I make these videos right now, I'm in a flow state. It feels so good for me to make these videos. I actually haven't made a video in a couple days because I've been in LA. I've been kind of busy. I haven't made videos in a couple days. I'm back in my flow state. It feels amazing. It makes me realize this is what I love to do. I love to film. I love to speak. I love to share these ideas. This is me in my heart center. And this also adds value to other people. So when it comes to your divine intention, have it be something that adds value to other people as well, which means you've changed around the questions. So many people in the Law of Attraction community are thinking, what can I get? What can I get? The key, as cliche as this sounds, is what can I give? Because in the giving, in what you put out is what you get back. Instead of focusing on the relationship you want to get into your life because it'll make you feel better, focus on having an experience to share with someone else. Focus on the fun you can have with someone else and how that can also benefit them. If you're selling a product, it's not just that you're trying to think of how can I make money from this person, how can you give value to a person that then gives money in exchange for it? When I put out these videos, how can I add value to people that then say, yo, I want to subscribe to your channel, and I'm going to watch this video and this video and this video, and I love it, and therefore the abundance comes back to me. And then maybe they want to actually go a step further and get into a course and change their life, whatever it is. These are all options that people will pay for if they think that they've gotten the value, and it adds value so it comes back. So the more good I put out into the world, the more comes back to me because I'm in alignment with my heart. And normally, almost 99.9% of your time, your heart is also going to be what's best for everyone else. Even just by example, you can say, yo, bro, I don't make content online. I'm not adding value in that way. Maybe you make people laugh. Maybe you're not even in the service industry, but by you being in your passion, you inspire other people. There's people that don't even care about what I'm doing. I have old friends and stuff that are like, you know what, man, I just respect that you are doing what you love. You've been talking about being on YouTube for a long time, and now you're actually doing it. I'm grateful and I'm happy for you. But they're not like, oh, let me consume your content, or I think that what you're doing is like, I agree with the concepts or the topics. You see, you lead by example. And if friends and family don't get it, you're still leading by example. So divine intention is mainly about being aware that first off, you are a divine being. You are a divine being that is dreaming. You are this little mortal man or woman, or whatever classification you have, 2019. So the key is being aware of that, because as you become aware of that, you then come from the energy of more power. You come at it from the energy of more power. You come at it from a different place. You know, it's not, 93% of communication is not even the words you say, it is the energy behind the words you say. And because of that, it is the same thing with intention. It is not the intention you have, it is the energy behind the intention you have. And when you have an intention to add value to other people, expansive energy. When you have an intention that you're connected to your heart and something you're passionate about, expansive energy. When you have the intention to get, contractive energy. When you have the intention to just have something that amplifies only the ego, contractive energy, because it's not necessarily conductive to everyone else. It's also leading by example and just amplifying the ego. Ego is still part of this human experience, but it's about balancing these two things. So when it comes to intention, it's not so much that you change the exact way you make an intention. It is more so it's the energy from which the intention comes, because you realize that everything here is simply a different rate of vibration. It is a wave and a particle. Because it is a wave and a particle, the thoughts you think are increasing probability. Here's the secret, here's the key. First off, divine, we already know that. The next part is becoming very clear as to what that is and adding momentum to it. I become successful on YouTube because I become extraordinarily passionate about one thing: making videos. If in the beginning I were focused on making videos and then doing Instagram posts and doing Facebook posts and writing blog articles and doing podcast episodes, I would have never got the momentum on YouTube to where now I am where I am, or we are where we are. It requires focus and intention. The difference between intention and desire is a desire is just wishful thinking. Desire is I desire this. It doesn't actually get translated into reality until you set the intention. You must set the intention. Now, the intention is when you claim it. The intention is when you expect it. The intention is when you identify the exact picture of what that is, and then you increase the probability of it. It's very subtle. Some people, I still don't get what the difference is. The difference is, if I have a desire to put up my hand right now, then it can just remain a desire. I don't actually have to do it. But if I intend for it, the action spawns it into doing something, because I've translated that desire into intention. In the same way, you can become aware of how you can apply that in your own life. Start to set more intentions. I'll tell you right now, you do this one thing in your life, you will change your life in a very powerful way. That one thing is set more intentions. What do you intend to happen in your day? When you wake up in the morning, what kind of intention do you have about your day? When you go into work, what kind of intention do you have about work? Do you want to connect to people? Do you intend to be abundant? Do you intend to add value to people? Do you intend to be in a good, fun environment? Do you intend to feel good while you're doing whatever you're doing? When you go to the gym, what kind of workouts do you intend to have? Set intentions at every different level of your day, and you will begin to increase probability of all these different things happening. Intention increases probability. So you set more intentions, you increase the probability of this. Most people are just in their autopilot mind. So they're getting the same thing they got from day in and day out because they're not setting intentions. They're just on autopilot. Wake up from the dream of the ego. Wake up from the dream of this solid reality. Because things are much more flexible when you start to come at it from that frame that you are a divine, immortal, spiritual being living a temporary human experience. When you become aware of that, things become more flexible. Things become more fun, and you start to exist in a higher level paradigm. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with is when you set clear intentions, have it so that you also meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. People don't like to hear this, but meditate. Observe your thoughts. Understand this ego is identifying with itself. But when you observe your thoughts, you move out of the ego and into an observation point of view, and you start to gain your power back. Most people are saying, I intend to manifest this, that, and this. However, they're also watching BuzzFeed. They're watching the news. They're watching every different YouTube video that says conflicting things. They're doing all this different stuff, bombarding their senses, bombarding their brain, and then they wonder why they're not getting what they want. You have to have a streamlined laser focus on what you want. That's why for months, all I did was film YouTube videos, edit YouTube videos, post YouTube videos, and focus on what kind of content I had to create. Doesn't mean you need to be as hardcore as that, but that got me momentum. So I'd say we can learn something from that. Focus on what you love because it's natural, but also cut out the distractions. Cut out the news, the media, the things that aren't serving you. People that are bringing you down. Be aware of all this and put your energy in where you want to be, how you want to be, and focus on the person you will become. That will change your life. So divine intentions is about, first off, realizing you are divine. Meditate. Observe your thoughts. The more you observe your thoughts, the more that you start to detach from the ego, and the more you can then be in a much more powerful state. Then also bring the energy within you. Understand you are source energy. Bring that energy within you in your meditations. Connect to your heart. Connect to your higher self. Because as you do that, you'll find that then your vibration begins to raise. That's another thing you want to do, is raise your vibration. One of the most powerful meditations I've created is a meditation that will show you how to raise your vibrational set point. It is absolutely free. You can download it in the top of the description box below. It will allow you and help you to raise your vibrational set point so that you start to manifest from this higher level paradigm. Also, I'll be doing more live Q&As on Instagram if you want to ask me questions. If you want to interact with me there, I do a live Q&A almost every day. I'm getting ready to jump on live soon. And I do twice a day, I post native videos there. So if you want to check it out, you'll see Instagram there as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.